So first of all, as usual, a very warm welcome to Cittaviveka Buddhist Monastery and the Sunday evening guided meditation. Today we have a slightly different structure and format because, as some of you might know, today is the Vesak full moon, Visakha Puja. And it's a day where we commemorate or remember, recollect 3 events in the life of the Buddha: the birth, the enlightenment, and then the passing away, or the parinibbana. And commonly this can be used as a day to reflect, remember the teacher, the great being, the Buddha, and all the amazing and marvelous qualities, as it's said in the suttas, that the Buddha had, and of which the results we still see today, what he put into the world. And this very place is one of the results of his efforts, striving, enlightenment, and the faith that has created. So for today we'll have a guided meditation as usual, and then afterwards there will be also, for those who have time and interest, a circumambulation of the stupa, walking around the stupa in a respectful, composed manner, recollecting the Buddha. And after that, if you have even more time and energy, you're very welcome to join us for some or all of the midnight vigil. So we will have a meditation vigil up to midnight, and then at 12 midnight we'll finish with a short bit of chanting. So please feel very free and very welcome to join us for as much as you can and have interest in. So in regard to meditation around the theme of recollecting the Buddha, this is a very traditional theme, also recommended by the Buddha himself, called Buddhanusati, or recollecting the Buddha, bringing the Buddha to mind. And this can be done in many different ways. Traditionally, one way is to use some of the great attributes, qualities of the Buddha, to recollect those, in order to bring inspiration, brightness, motivation, good qualities, wholesome qualities to mind. And these 9 attributes are found in the chanting that we do, in the evening chanting that we do very regularly. So we'll start with some of those chants in order to bring those qualities to mind, and then later on we'll go to a guided meditation where we use those qualities in order to focus the mind on a wholesome object, brighten the mind, inspire the mind, bring energy to the mind. And also in this meditation we'll try to use a very traditional practice of the mantra Buddho, meaning awake. Buddho, Buddho. And use recollections and stories of the Buddha to imbue this word with more and more meaning, make that more meaningful to us. the more meaning we can bring to that word, the more power it has in our meditation. It can affect our minds in a very skillful, wholesome direction. So we'll start with some chanting, and it's beginning on page 19 of the dark brown chanting book. Starting on page 19, and then we'll continue on page 21. To the Blessed One, the Lord who fully attained perfect enlightenment, to the teaching which he expounded so well, and to the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, to these the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, we render with offerings our rightful homage. It is well for us that the Blessed One, having attained liberation, still had compassion for later generations. May these simple offerings be accepted for our long-lasting benefit and for the happiness it gives us. The Lord, the perfectly enlightened and Blessed One, I render homage to the Buddha, the Blessed One. The teaching so completely explained by him, I bow to the Dhamma. The Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, I bow to the Sangha. Now let us pay preliminary homage to the Buddha. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one. Homage
Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and perfectly enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and perfectly enlightened One.
And now we'll try the recollection of the Buddha in first Pali language and then the English language. So starting on page 20, recollection of the Buddha. Han damayang Buddha nu sati nayang karoma se tang ko pana bhagavantang evang kalayano kiti sado abugato iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattha deva manusanang buddho bhagavati. Now let us chant a recollection of the Buddha. A good word of the Blessed One's reputation has spread as follows. He, the Blessed One, is indeed the Pure One, the perfectly enlightened One. He is impeccable in conduct and understanding, the accomplished One, the knower of the worlds. He trains perfectly those who wish to be trained. He is teacher of gods and humans. He is awake and holy. Bow. So please assume a comfortable meditation posture. And just trying to find a stable, balanced posture. Where we feel supported, and yet where we sit straight, alert, awake. Meaning that we try to keep the spine, the back straight. if we can, if we're on a chair, not to lean against the back of the chair. But if we need to, of course, that's no problem. And trying to have a sitting posture which we can hold for a longer period of time without creating too much pain. Just settling in. Absorbing the peaceful atmosphere of the place, the calmness, stillness, peacefulness. No pressure, no stress. For this time, this is all we need to do. This is all we need to focus on. A first step, which can be very helpful, useful, is to set the context or the kind of background state of mind, initial starting state of mind. It can be the thoughts of gratitude, a very wholesome state. And for this particular day, recollecting the Buddha. If we have faith in his teachings, in his example, in the paths that he laid out, or maybe the benefits we have already received from our practice, the suffering we might have been able to let go of. Or perhaps just a sense of meaning and purpose in life. Recollecting what a rare and valuable thing that is. or perhaps the people it has brought us into contact with, or the places. Reflecting how our lives would have been if we did not come in contact with these teachings. Just a sense of gratitude, appreciation of the value of all those things and the value that the Buddha brought into the world. And if we read the text and the traditional accounts of what kind of effort was behind the Buddha's awakening, not just in his last life, but before that, aeons, incredible amount of time spent to perfect qualities. Which led to that we have these teachings, we have these opportunities today. And hopefully this can be, in addition, a good way to turn the mind from whatever concerns and worries happened throughout the day. Turn it to a wholesome spiritual topic. And bringing the mind to a state ready, prepared for meditation. And taking a few deep, relaxed, calm breaths, we draw the attention back into the body. Putting the attention on the top of the head is to anchor the mind, to be able to relax the body, and develop mindfulness, clear knowing. Buddha, or the Buddha, means one who is awake. One part of this can be seen to be mindfulness or knowing. And this quality of mindfulness can be developed through sustained, clear perception, attention on an object, for example, the body. So with attention focused on the forehead, top of the head, we just relax that part of the body. And slowly move the attention down to the face, eyebrows, muscles around the eyes, just relaxing all those muscles. And also trying to keep a clear and detailed attention on the sensations that we notice on those body parts. Clear and awake knowing. Buddha. Moving further down to the jaw and the throat. So gently and clearly, perceiving and relaxing. Being present with the body. Continuing, moving the attention further down to the shoulders, just letting the shoulders drop. Just relax any unnecessary effort. The upper arms. The hands, just letting the muscles in the hands relax. Every now and then, just checking in, making sure we are not getting dull or sleepy, seeing if this quality of awareness is present. To the abdomen, just relaxing any tension from anxiety or stress. Trying to find or search out areas of tension, just letting that relax with kindness, with awareness. Just keep moving the attention further down. getting to know our body, where we tend to build up tension. Maybe we can find some new area we haven't really identified or spotted before. Where energy is used unnecessarily to hold tension. Going through the legs and down to the feet in this manner. After we have gone through the body one time like this, we can broaden our awareness to include the whole body. See if we notice any difference compared to from when we started. And if there is any obvious areas of tension, maybe the neck or the shoulders, and just letting those relax. And next we can move our attention to the sensations of the breath. Coming in around the nose tip. Just following the sensations down to the heart area, further down to the abdomen. From the abdomen, reversed up to the heart area, further up to the nose. We can do this together with reciting, internally reciting a mantra. In the forest tradition, a very commonly used one is Buddho. This quality of being awake. So as we follow the breath coming in, can internally, mentally recite Bud. And on the out breath, Do. Bud, Do, Bud, Do, Bud, Do. This can also be a reminder and a check. Are we awake? Is the quality of knowing, awareness, presence? Is that prominent in the mind? Are we able to stay with the sensations of the breath? Together with this simple recitation. Just letting the mind calm down and settle. On the pleasant, calming sensations of the breath. And every now and then, if we find that the mind gets bored or dull, or not really interested in this simple practice, then we can draw the mind to an inspiring or brightening object. And Buddha Nusati is just one of those objects. We can recollect how the Buddha is the pure one, Arahang. Without defilements, far from defilements, or with defilements destroyed. A being, a mind, completely purified, completely without selfishness, no greed, no delusion, no hatred. Only wisdom, compassion, purity. But such a thing is possible, and that the teachings is coming from such a mind. And we also try to connect this reflection with the word Buddha as we recite this mantra. Imbue and expand the meaning this word has in our mind. So when we recite it each time, we're reminded, we have the association in the mind of this purity. And the promise that this purity, freedom from defilement is possible for all of us. Complete freedom from defilement, from selfishness, from any kind of disease, unsatisfactoriness. These are qualities that the word Buddha is pointing toward. Buddha. And the more we repeat this word, every single repetition makes it just a tiny bit more likely for this to arise again in the mind. And if we connect it to many wholesome memories, associations, then those are also more likely to arise in the mind. So with every repetition of this word, of this wholesome recollection, we're turning our minds little by little towards purity, towards awakeness. And this is a practice we can develop, cultivate. Learning more about the Buddha, the qualities of the Buddha, and also trying to find the seeds or the potentials or the similar qualities in our own minds. And as the meditation is drawing to an end, re-establish mindfulness of the body, grounding ourselves, noticing the sensations of the body touching the mat or the floor. And one way that can be helpful when we end the meditation is to take one long and deep breath. And while doing that, is to reminding ourselves that when we open our eyes, we still try to keep this sense of awareness, groundedness, presence. And when we're ready, we just gently open the eyes. Return to the perception of this room. So yes, a day like this, we have the Visakha Puja, can be a great opportunity to recollect the life story of the Buddha. Sometimes we might think that I know it already, I read it so many times. I think at least for me, every time I go back to it, there's something there too that maybe sinks in a little bit deeper, or maybe reaffirms some quality. And this can be of great value, I think. Or maybe just to rekindle our motivation and rekindle why we started this practice in the first place. And the great potential, of course. I think just reading biographies, reading the suttas, trying to connect those to this, for example, to this practice of Buddha can be a great help and connect us to the tradition, to the teacher. It sounds like it's a bit rainy, so I'm not sure if we can actually do the circumambulation, but also we can recollect that the Buddha said that the way to do the highest honor to him, to the Buddha, is actually to practice his teachings, to put into practice what he taught. And to me, for those people who I see who do that, I can understand why it really has an enormous potential and benefit on the mind. And it can turn the mind into a very, very wholesome direction, which can be an incredible resource for ourselves, of course, but also for the world and for the people around us. It's a very transformative practice. So tonight we have the opportunity for those who have time, for those who have energy, to develop these various qualities that the Buddha recommended. So I think we will probably skip the circumambulation actually, and we just go straight into the meditation vigil. And that is until midnight for those who are interested. And for those who are staying, we stay until meditate, walking and sitting. In the meditation hall we do either sitting or standing meditation, and walking we can do outside. And if for those who are staying, we can be back at 11:30 here, and then we'll do the last part in sitting meditation in silence together, and then we'll finish with a bit of chanting. So before we close this session, we can also just finish with the Buddha's last words. Which is on page 84 in the dark brown book. And these are the very last words before the Buddha passed away. Handamayang pachima o vadagatayo banamase. Handadani bhikkhave amantayami wo. Now, bhikkhus, I declare to you, Vaya Dhamma Sankhara changes the nature of conditioned things. Apamadena sampadetati. Perfect yourselves, not being negligent. Ayang tathagata sapachima vacha.
These are the Tathagata's final words.
So please have a good evening, and for those who are staying, I hope you have benefit from the evening's meditation. For those of you who need to go, I hope this has been of some benefit, and I wish you a very good evening.